So I'm back on the road. I didn't record anything yesterday, but I got to this rest area last night at like 9 o'clock, and I had intended to get up at 7 o'clock this morning and drive the rest of the drive today, take another break, go do my first half of the delivery. I woke up like an hour ago and went to go look at my phone to see what time it was, and it was dead. I got this stupid magnet attachment thing, which works great when I'm awake, but sometimes I guess it gets knocked off when I'm asleep. And apparently my phone can't stay charged for 4 hours, so it could have woke me up. So now it's 11 o'clock. So now I have to sit here until, see, my appointment's at 4 Eastern, and it's Central Time, so it's 1 Eastern right now. I have to sit here until 7 o'clock tonight, which is another 7 hours before I start my day. Because if I leave now, I'll screw up my clock and won't be able to deliver the thing. Because there's a stop in Shelbyville and then a stop in Blue Ash, Ohio. So I gotta roll out to where I can make that first delivery and still make the second delivery. And the plan was originally to, when I was done in Blue Ash, have enough time to get up to Lima, Ohio, which is the last stop for the next morning. Now I'll be lucky just to find somewhere to park when I get done in Blue Ash. Mistakes happen, but it sucks when technology just fails. It screws up my whole day. I had a hard time going to sleep too, so that's why I slept so long. I didn't actually fall asleep until like 1, which would have been plenty of sleep. It should have been. I should have got like 6-7 hours of sleep there and got up and did my driving, but freaking phone didn't go off, so I just slept until like 11. It's a bummer, because now I got to sit here in my truck for 7 hours awake, waiting until I can go roll so I don't mess up my clock so I can do the delivery. I'm gonna put the pedal to the metal and head towards Shelbyville. stopping here and grab safety vest because this place is real strict about it. This Kroger is usually pretty good about getting us in and out, but they've had bad days. I've had a couple times where I was here a long time. Either way, I gotta get down to Blue Ash today, so I'm going off duty now, and I'm in their little shag place, which is about 1,000,000 times better than the last Kroger I went to. Not a pothole to be seen here. Anyway, so at least I know Kroger can afford to make decent loss, just not in Texas, I guess. But I got to be in Blue Ash, Ohio, which is Cincinnati, basically. It's a little, small town just outside of Cincinnati, by 9:30 in the morning, and that's all at the mercy of this place. So I can do this split break so I can get there whenever I can get there, but whether it'll be on time or not, that's completely up to this place, because I'm at their mercy now. I'm in their staging lot waiting on a phone call to see if they'll to put me in the door, and then I gotta wait on their lumper service to get me unloaded. So it's just a luck of the draw thing. However it happens, it happens. That was pretty quick. It's like 15 minutes they got me into a dock here, so I'll head back there and get back in. That chick honked her horn at me as I drove by like I did something wrong. The dude was going 1 mile an hour. I'm not going to get stuck behind that. And I went around him slowly. All she had to do was stop for like 2 seconds, and that was enough to send her reeling. God forbid you wait for a half a second. Wish that kind of stuff didn't get my blood boiling the way it does, but it does. It's not like I was doing anything dangerous or radical. I just went around a guy that was barely moving. She waited till she got right next to me and blew her horn at me and was waving her hands. It's like she was on the other side of the lot. Like, all she had to do is not hit the throttle full blast to not hit me. It's not like I almost caused a wreck. It drives me crazy.
you?
Doing all right.
Be right with you.
I was pretty sure I'd been here before, but when I pulled up, I didn't recognize it at first. And then I pulled in the gate and I realized where I was at, and it dawned on me. I've been here probably a dozen times. Never been here during the day, not once. It's always been super early in the morning. So I got a little turned around. I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to switch the format here a little bit. I'm not going to do like a daily thing because I got to thinking about it. It's like it doesn't make a lot of sense to make a daily video because it ends up being super repetitive with a bunch of time-lapse stuff that's really boring to watch. So I'm going to try to do like per load, because sometimes they take a day, sometimes they take 3 days, and that'll kind of leave a more stable structure to a narrative in a video instead of just being like, oh, every day is a video. It doesn't make a lot of sense to do it that way. So I'm 2 hours from my final stop in Lima, and it is, let's see here, it's 11 o'clock. My appointment's at 2. I gotta stop and grab some fuel somewhere. I think there's a Pilot and a Love's between here and there. So I'm gonna do that, go deliver, and then I've got a load picking up Fairborn, Ohio. I can't remember, but I remember looking it up. It's like 2 hours from there, but it doesn't pick up until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So the plan is, at the moment, get this thing delivered, find somewhere to park close to depending on how long they take to get unloaded. Either if they get me unloaded really quickly, I'll get close to the next pickup and then take an 8-hour break. It's called a split break. And then if they take too long, I'll just off duty to the closest parking and finish out like a 10-hour break. Just depends on how things go from here. But it's time to hit the road, go take this dog for a walk, do my pre-trip, get rolling. Made it a little early. They didn't stop me from coming in though, so that's great. It's 35 degrees today. But I'm about to see here how far this next stop is, so I can see what the plan is today. Let's see. Fairfield, Ohio. Sugar Creek, Fairfield, Ohio. They may have parking there. A lot of the Sugar Creek places will let you park. I might call them, see if they have parking, because then I'll just go in as soon as I'm done here, and I'll wait to get loaded, and just when I get loaded I can head out. 4235 Thunderbird Lane. 4235. That's funny. It's basically where I started today, like right down the road from that rest area that I was at. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to call them and see if they'll let me park there or let me show up early. Sugar Creek usually does, but I need to call and check and make sure. Hopefully that's the case. I can just, as soon as I'm done here, shouldn't take more than an hour or two, I can drive down there and park and wait to get loaded. And then when I get loaded, I can get an hour or two down the road and then shut down. I hope to get loaded several hours early. Like if I can get loaded early this morning, then I can head west towards Missouri and find somewhere to park instead of, if I get loaded when they have me scheduled to get loaded, I'll be leaving there at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, trying to head west. And there should still be some parking in eastern Indiana. There's several, like there's a big rest area on I-70, or is it I-74? I'll be on I-74 because I'm coming from Cincinnati. I'll have to look into that. I'm pretty sure it's I-74. There's a big rest area on the north side, on the westbound side, but the north side of the highway, so I can get into Indiana and shut down there. But I'm going to do some editing on this video, and then I'll start the next video leaving here, because I'm basically done with this load. I'm just waiting to get unloaded, so I'll start the next video when I get my bills here and head towards Fairfield. Oh, I'm going back down to the Missouri Underground there in Carthage. That's the plan for now. I'll get this thing edited and start the next one.